Hi everybody. Sorry, I've got everything falling around me. Welcome. Happy Friday, or whatever day of the week it is you're watching this. And today I'm going to be making 2 cards using artisan textures and butterfly wishes. It's basically a card, or 2 cards, that I made with my local class this last couple of weeks ago. And I was trying to think of something that I could do that wasn't gonna make me have to think too hard about it tonight. So I decided to share this one with you. So I've got 3 colours with me. I've got soft suede, rococo rose and old olive. And I've already gone ahead and set up my stamps on the Stamparatus. And I've got a few punches here to use as well. I'm just going to lay that there so there isn't so much of a glare, because there's a couple of explaining things that I need to do. So, hello everybody that's coming in on the live. Thank you for joining me. Nice to see you. Right, so this is like the little package that I gave my ladies when they arrived at class. So for those of you who do classes, then I hope this will be helpful for you. So in the envelope, actually I gave them 2 envelopes. In the envelopes, I gave them 2 Whisper White card bases, 1 piece of 1/4 of A4. So if you use letter size in the States, that's fine. Just cut your card bases to whatever you normally would do, which is, you know, half of a letter size or half of an A4 size if that's you. And then this is just the normal Whisper White, the thinner one, because that's going to be for stamping on. Then you need a matting layer that will sit inside your card base, whatever size that is. And then also a piece of soft suede that's going to sit inside there. Now, I've just remembered there was a lady that made a boo-boo, so I gave her the spare sheet of Whisper White that was meant to be in there. So, I thought I was prepared. Hold on, bear with. I grab a scrap bit of white cardstock. Yep, that's it. Right, so I'll say hello to everybody as you're coming in while I cut this extra bit of white cardstock. So normally I'm prepared. Right, hello Kay, hi Janice, hi Jeannie, hi Kay, hi Vicky, hi Gloria, and Geraldine, hello. Lovely. So this measure just under that soft suede piece. And again, I am slightly reluctant to give out specific measurements because I know that you guys work in slightly different measurements. But if you see the card, you'll kind of get an idea of the ratios. I'm hoping that you'll figure out whatever's suitable for your region. Hi Michelle, nice to see you. Right, so there we go, that just fits in. Right, nearly ready. Right, so I'm not going to claim this technique for my own. I saw a demo, I think it's an Australian demo called Donna Gray do this. She and you can find her video on YouTube. Just search for Butterfly Wishes Stampin' Up, and she's probably one of the top 5 videos that will come up. And if I remember, I will try and post the video as a link below mine. Sorry, in the description, and you'll be able to see her make her card. But it inspired me to do this technique, and it's, you know, I say it's not a brand new technique, but I did see her first do it, so I will attribute her for this. So what we're going to be doing, sorry, I forgot to tell you, is we're actually going to be stamping onto this piece of cardstock with the branch stamp. Then we're going to stamp the various elements, and we're going to be using that for our 2 cards. But also we're going to cut out a couple of circles out of here and not waste it and use that for our 2nd card. So let's get on with the stamping, and then it will all come together and it will all make sense in a moment. So I've already gone ahead and placed my stamps on my Stamparatus, and this is what I did for my ladies at my class. And I also marked a line here, and I said to them, you need to place your white piece of cardstock in that border, and then just pop your magnet just there so that it's out of the way of the stamps. Then what you need to do is colour in your butterflies. Now the easiest way I found to do this with my ladies is basically just pop the Rococo Rose on there like that. Oh, Sheila says, if you haven't heard Greg Morgan sing Father, My Son, Holy Ghost, you should look it up and listen to it. It's wonderful. Okay, I will do that later, Sheila. Thank you for that. Right, now I've got soft suede, and I have got these sort of egg-shaped, they're like makeup sponges. You can use the Stampin' Up ones, I'm not saying you can't, but it's just harder to kind of maybe get that direct point, you know, for like the centre of the flowers and things. So I'm just getting a bit of ink on there, and I just want a brown kind of centre for my flower there. And then I'm just very, very gently just putting a little bit of colour onto the edges of these butterflies. And I'm being quite gentle with it. I'm not kind of overdoing it. I'm just rolling it on. I don't really want there to be a harsh line between the colours. So I'm just dabbing it on. Now there's another way of doing this. You can go ahead and just stamp the pink to start off with, and then go back and re-ink and stamp again. So I'm doing this all in one now, but if I'm not happy with the results, I can go back in and do it because it's on the Stamparatus. We've got that magnet holding everything into place, she says, as I wiggled it. Oops. Right, there we go. So we're just going to stamp down, and we'll look at the results, and then we'll go from there. Right, let's see. Oh, pretty. Right, I'm actually quite happy with those results, so I'm just going to leave that as it is and take that out. Move this to one side. And as I said, if you're doing this in classes, what you would just say to your ladies or gentlemen, whoever comes into your class, do not move the stamps. Keep them on there, because then everybody, you know, it's all going to be perfect for every person that has a go doing that. Right, I am going to be doing some fussy cutting in a second. So I'll just grab my scissors. But before I do my fussy cutting, I'm actually going to cut out this section here. And you may be wondering, why have I stamped that there and that there when the punch actually punches out the two of them together? Well, it's actually quite tricky to kind of get them to match up, so I don't bother trying. So I've got my punch here. Now, tip with this, punch the small one first, just in case. So punch the small one out first, like that, because sometimes if the butterfly's moved or something, you end up encroaching on that butterfly with that one. But I'm kind of really played it safe so it wouldn't happen. So there we go. Now set those ones aside, because that's for card number 2. You don't need that one just yet. Right, I'm going to take another seat to sit down. Right, I'm going to say hello to everybody while I'm doing my fussy cutting. So I tend to fussy cut by not cutting right up to the line. I like to leave a small border around the area that I'm fussy cutting. So I'm just going to keep my scissors in a straight line ahead of me. You see how I skipped that bit? I'm not going to deal with that right now. I'm just going to get the main body of the butterfly cut out, and then we'll play with that. Also, I don't faff around with the antenna. Ain't nobody got time for that, as my friend Denise says in the States. Just go ahead, cut that out. Keep cutting. There we go. And then you can go back to do your little fiddly corner cutty out bits. Okay, don't need to be trying to faff and do that when you're doing the outline. Okay, so one down. There we go. Hi Cindy, hi Geraldine. Believe it or not, I've even used Q-tips with, that's a really good idea. using cotton buds. We call them cotton buds in the UK. Although if you can, do not get the plastic ones. Please get the paper biodegradable ones. Apparently, I think I read it in the news or heard it in the news that Scotland is going to be banning Q-tips or cotton buds because they are such a plastic polluting little thing. So once I've used up all mine, I mean, I tend to put mine in the bin. I don't put them down the toilet. A lot of people just flush them down the toilet and then they end up in the sea. And that's what causes the problem. But I tend to just throw mine in the bin. So, hi Beverly. Yeah, the sponge dauber would be nice. Yeah, that's got a nice little circular bit on it, hasn't it? So yeah, you can use the daubers or the sponges, whatever you have really. I just had those eggy things to hand, so I thought, oh, I'll use those. Alright, there we go. So that's my other butterfly. Just got this wee little flower. So if you have got space, I mean, if you're making this at home, you have got space to stamp another butterfly, flower. So if you want to stamp a few out, you can do. I'm just kind of doing this how I did it for my class. And obviously when I'm teaching a class and I've got, you know, 12 women that I've got to kind of keep an eye on and make sure they're behaving themselves, I try and keep it fairly simple for them so that they're not getting too confused and haven't got too much work that they get too stressed out. So obviously you can step this up if you want to by adding more. That's up to you, or if you want to do embossing or whatever. Hi Mary Lou in Australia, thank you for joining me today. So don't forget, if you like what you see, please remember to hit that subscribe button. You know, you might not like every single one of my videos, but I like to think that I give value for money. And for those of you who were on my video the other day where I was talking about Super Chat, I've done a little bit more research about Super Chat on YouTube and realised that YouTube actually take quite a high percentage of the money. So I've put a PayPal donate button on my info page and also in a link below, so that if you ever felt that you wanted to donate to my channel and support the work that I do, you can do it that way, and I actually get a little higher percentage than if you did it through YouTube. And what I promise at the moment, so this is, I'm speaking October 2019, is that any funding that I get that way, I'm just going to reinvest it in buying new stamp sets so that I can make more content for you. So that's what I'm planning to do at the moment. Some of you may have noticed my YouTube channel is kind of growing crazily at the moment, and I'm really enjoying the process, and it's becoming more of a kind of job for me, which is really great. But I'm just kind of finding my feet and figuring out what I'm doing with it all. So, you know, it's likely to adapt at some point, but that's the way it is at the moment. Right, so now I'm going to stamp this gorgeous branch. Now this is where it gets quite fun, because you can kind of do some colouring in with your sponges. It's wet in Swansea tonight. Oh, Wendy. It is wet in mid Wales too. So I'm getting my little spongy thing here. And if you have to keep sort of checking the image just to figure out where the flowers are, that's fine. But I'm not being too precious about it. I'm just kind of aiming for the flowers. Then I've got, oh no, I'll do green next. I don't see the link here. It's on your homepage. It will be in the description box below. So I've rejigged how I my little bit of blurb. So I've got subscribe, shop, support, share, start, sign up. Do you like it? I alliterated it. See, I'm a good preacher's daughter. My father was a preacher, is a preacher, and he likes his alliteration. So I've got lots of S's. And so the support link will take you to a PayPal page to do that. Then, what else? What else is on there I've changed? Yeah, I've just tried to make it a bit easier for people to understand, you know. And I've gone back on some of my old videos because Oh no, I've just used the brown one in the green one. Oh, pants. Just wipe that off. It's because I'm not concentrating. Right, let's clean that off. Right, now I'm going to use the brown for the stalk. Or the branch, whatever you want to call it. Oh, in the description blocks below, Sheila. I don't know if you can see it as yet. I'll show you how it looks on my, like here. You know the description box below, just below the video. It says links, and then it says subscribe, shop, support, share, sign up. So it's all there. Or if you go to my community, not community, my about me, don't go now, don't go now. I want you to stay with me. And then you've got to F. This is what France Martin does, doesn't she? She goes, you've got to F on it. Like that. On my about me page on my channel, there's a link as well. Oh, I missed that little bit of pink there, but never mind. I can hide that with a flower. Okay, so you get this gorgeous kind of like all multicoloured thing going on when you do that. Isn't that lovely? Let's get in a bit closer because you feel like you're really far away and you can see all my rubbish at the side. Let's get in a bit closer. There we go. That's nice. Right, so then we've got that lovely flower there that we can stick on. Then we've got a butterfly. You've got the 2 butterflies. But before we do that, I'm just going to bring in my card base. Ah, Sheila sees it. Okay, don't go now, Sheila. Stay with me. Right. So before we start using our card bases, you're going to punch out or cut with your die cuts a large circle right from the middle. And it does have to be as far into the middle as possible so that when you stick your matting layer, you see, look, it's really close, but it just about fits. That can go in there like that. Oh, no, I did it wrong. I meant to do it the other way around. Oh, no, that's right. I thought I did it wrong then. Right, so then your 2-inch one, you cut out of the middle of your soft suede. So I'm just going to put those away for now. Don't need that now. So that you keep that for later. Da, da, da. And then you can start sticking different things down. This card has your name on it. Oh, okay. You might just have to get this one in the post. You have to get a second birthday card. Mind you, the cards this morning were very you, weren't they? So if you have missed me this morning, UK time this morning, Australians, it was last night, I did a very purpley one sheet wonder with lots of flowers and lots of butterflies and lots of lovely swirls. Right, so that's your Rococo Rose. Then we're going to put the soft suede. I don't know why I'm saying it in that accent. It just sounds posh, doesn't it? Soft suede. Okay. I'm going to place that very carefully so that it's in the middle, but not showing any of that cutting out bit. There we go, like that. Then we're going to get this piece. Now you can decide which way around your card is going to go. You can have it that way or you can have it that way. So it's up to you. I actually quite fancy it going that way. And I think because you're using the Stamparatus for this one, or you can use the Stamparatus, you don't have to use the Stamparatus. But if you do, or any other platform, it means you can churn out quite a few of these in one go. Right, so sticking that there. So that just has a lovely border there, just to highlight and get your eyes to focus in on the centre. You know, if you ever want to kind of create a focal point, it's worth putting a border around it. So, oh, right, where could we put these? Could have a butterfly there. Butterfly flying off like that. Then we could have that extra flower there. Give it that 3D kind of effect. Isn't that cute? And you can then use your dimensionals for this. Oh, dropping them all over the place. Right, and let's pop a couple on there. So how is everybody? Got plans for the weekend? I've got a craft fair tomorrow. It's come around very quick. I had one last month. It's the same organisation organising it, and same venue, but a bit closer to Christmas. So I'm hoping my sales might be a little bit up tomorrow, but we'll see. You never quite know. You hardly ever use these. What dimensionals? Oh, I hardly ever use dimensionals. Yeah, it depends. It depends what I'm doing. I think recently I've done so many one-sheet wonders that I haven't needed to use them. But for 3D type things, I use them quite a bit. Right, so that's card number 1. Now, if you wanted to stamp a sentiment, of course you can stamp a sentiment, but we'll just leave it for now. Right, card number 2. I've got to find my base. Where's my base? Is it under here? No. Is it over here? Yes. Right. So you can see that we already have the beginnings of a very pretty card. So we're going to have that one on there, that on there, and then we're going to use one of the sentiments. You could use any sentiment you want, but I'm just going to do the one that I did for my class. Pop it on a block, and then do the same thing again where you ink it up with the Rococo, get the soft suede. Right, how did my class go? Really well, thank you. Oh, who are you talking to? Me? Or... Are we talking to? Yeah, my class went well, thank you. And the ladies loved this card, these 2 cards. And then I'm just going to a little bit of ink coming in from this side, like that, and a little bit of ink coming in from this side. There we go. Now I'm just aware my fingers are very inky. I'm trying not to get it on my card. I'll make sure that card is there. Okay. So I've got it lined up here. I'm just going to go boom. And there you have this gorgeous, you've got brown going into pink and going back into brown again. So now I'm just going to grab out this lovely stamp from here. Oh, actually, no, I'm going to use this one. Oh, I might use that one as well. And you can use whatever texture stamps you want, or if you just want it plain, you can leave it plain. You don't have to put texture in the background, but you know me, I'm a bit of a texture girl. So I'm just going to do that off into the distance there, that one kind of off into the distance there. And then you could add these other few little bits of texture. There we go. There. Hi, everyone seems to be in morning time zone. I'm sitting here in evening time zone. Oh, it's because the Australians are on. The Australians it's morning, Americans it's day, UK and Europe it's late at night when we should all be in bed. Right, so now we can just stick this all together. And I love how, without really trying too hard, we've ended up with 2 beautiful cards, and you know, quite frugal really. You don't have to, you know, use any scraps or whatever. You've got that completely out of that previous card. So stick that on like that. I think I might just stick this butterfly on, and then I'll raise up the second one. So that one can go in the middle. And just get a couple of little dimensionals. You're in New England. Oh yeah, it's afternoon in Canada. Hi Tina in Ohio. Can you even remember the days before Gorgeous Grunge? Yeah. Oh my goodness. Gorgeous Grunge just changed things, didn't they? I was looking at it today actually, and I was thinking, can I live without it? Because I had a friend come around with her daughter, and she and my daughter were doing some stamping, and so I thought, oh, she's enjoying this so much. I got rid of some of my retired stuff, and I was going through some of my retired stamps, and I found Gorgeous Grunge, and I was like, can I part with it? No. So I gave her some other stamps instead. There we go. So 2 cards for the price of 1. Well, not quite the price of 1. You've got 2 card bases, 2 envelopes, but you know, no one would ever know that you get that, all that, out of the bits that are underneath. Isn't that fun? So there we go. Right, so that's your first one with the butterflies on, and that lovely, all the different colours gradiating. Is that the right word? Into there, and then yeah, all the different effects there. And you know, this stamp set is beautiful. It's designed so well, and especially with the distinctive technology that Stampin' Up have put into their stamps. It is so detailed. I don't know how close I can get to show you, but look, is that all in focus? It is stunning. Yes, please steal it completely. Yeah, that's fine, Janice. I mean, as I said, I got it from this idea of colouring in, I got from Donna Gray. So please go and watch Donna's video, and I will put a link to her video below, because I think it's good to kind of acknowledge where I get my ideas from if I've taken it directly from somebody. There we go. And then that one is just kind of the leftovers, really. Oh, you watched Donna? Great, Gloria. Yeah, it is an exceptional stamp set. Yeah. Oh, great. Good. Oh, so you might have seen her version of this then. It was, I think she did it on Facebook, and it's part of a long video. It's, you know, I was just watching her, and then, oh no, I think I Googled it. I looked it up, not Googled. I went on YouTube and I looked it up for the Butterfly Wishes, and I kind of like forwarded it to that point where she used it. So there we go. Yeah, I don't know her. I've not really ever connected with her, but I've seen her videos. So yeah, she's cool. Right, there we go. Yeah, just hopefully tip glue on the stamps. Marvellous. Greetings from Holland. Tip glue on the stamps. Glue on the stamps. What do you mean, Tina? My ladies nearly all watch you now, so they will know where I got it. Yeah, you'll just have to ban them from... but it's so different watching and actually having a go doing, isn't it? You could change the colours up, Janice. Just, you know, just use something else. But these colours are particularly pretty together. So they are lovely. Oh, yes. Happy birthday, Kay. You can go to bed happy now. You've got your fix from me. So there we go. And thank you for subscribing to Janice. I'm saying a thank you on Janice's behalf, because she's getting towards her 1,000 subscribers. So please keep plugging what she does, because she'd love to be able to do these lives. And who knows, we might be able to do some collaboration. We could, you know, we could do Janice, Ruth, Esther, Janice, Ruth, Esther, you know. So, and whoever else is on YouTube. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Right, so thank you so much for watching. I'm happy to come on and do a chat and then delete it if anyone wants to chat now. If you give me some thumbs up, I'll do that. But I'm going to say goodbye now for this video, because we've made the card. So there we go. Ruth needs some team members. Oh, that's so kind of you. And yeah, I'm working on sales at the moment, so my sales are going up steadily, which is lovely. So that's fine. So, right, take care, everybody. 40 to go, Janice. Awesome. Right, see you later. Bye.